In this lecture, we will learn about understanding flow direction and how arrows guide the movement of steps in a program.
Hi, I am Imran Afzal. I make learning technology easy, even for beginners in IT. So I have over 25 years of experience in Linux administration, Windows, virtualization, and many more. I have taught millions of students worldwide.
Flow direction in a flow chart shows the path that a program follows from beginning to end, and it works just like following arrows on a roadmap. These arrows guide the reader by showing which step happens next and how the logic moves from one action to another. In most flow charts, the direction usually starts from the top and goes downward because it feels natural to read from top to bottom, just like reading a page. Sometimes the direction goes from left to right when the diagram needs more space, but the arrows always make the next step clear. If the flow needs to return to a previous step, such as in a loop, the arrow bends backward, creating a curved path that shows repetition. This backward arrow is common when explaining simple Python loops, such as repeating a message 3 times, where the arrow goes back to the printing step until the loop finishes. Flowcharts also use straight arrows to show simple movement between steps, curved arrows to show repeating actions, and diagonal arrows when the layout needs to connect steps at different positions. For example, imagine a Python program that asks the user for a number, and after receiving it, the logic moves to a step where the number is checked to see if it is greater than 10. The arrow going downward tells us the program continues in order. If the number is greater than 10, the arrow moves forward to a message saying high value, but if not, another arrow moves to a different message saying low value. These arrows help complete beginners understand how the computer decides what to do next. When a loop is involved, such as counting from 1 to 5, the flowchart arrow goes back from the bottom of the loop to the top decision, showing that the action repeats until the condition becomes false. Once the loop ends, the arrow leaves the loop area and moves straight to the final step, making the flow easy to follow. Understanding flow direction is important because without arrows, the shapes would look disconnected and confusing. A beginner might think the program jumps randomly, but the arrows make the whole process look organized and predictable. Even if someone has never written Python code before, following the arrows helps them understand how values move, how conditions are checked, and how loops repeat. Flow direction turns a complicated program into a simple visual story, moving from one action to the next smoothly. See you in the next lecture.
If you enjoyed the lesson, please give it a like and share your thoughts in the comments. My team and I have worked so hard to make learning simple for you. Thanks for watching, and let's keep learning together.